Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel InfoSec Lab, and today we are going over another topic from try miss attacking and defending AWS services. So today we're going for the quest for least privilege. One of the most common tasks for anyone working in AWS IAM is to scope IAM policies to include only the necessary privileges required to complete a task. This is commonly referred to as following the principle of least privilege. In this room, we will take a broadly scoped rule and whittle down access to allow the policies to do three things. First, audit all EC2 settings. Second, launch machines in the Singapore region. And third, access a specific corporate S3 buckets. We'll start with the default administrator access policy. Okay, right here. If you are denied access while you have this policy, what type of policy is blocking you? If I'm having this policy and I'm still being denied, it means that the service control policy is blocking me, because that one is only applied for the AWS organizations. So service control policies. See? Yeah. Let's see what the hint is. A type of organization policy to manage permissions in your organization. Yep. Accessing the environment. Okay, complete. Limited by service. The requirement is to allow access to EC2 and S3 only. To do that, you need to restrict the actions by service. That will look like this. Okay, so this is the policy. Action is allowed, and then the effect is allowed, and then the action is EC2 asterisk and then XXS asterisk. Okay. However, we probably want to break this out to support two different resources. So we'll do that now. What action is needed in place of XXS? So we have allow access EC2 and S3. So this one only mentioned EC2. So this one has to be S3. Limited by read and modify. However, we probably want to break this out to support two different resources. So we'll do that now. Yeah. So this is the first one for EC2. And this is the second one for S3. All the actions are of the EC2 service, and then all the actions of the S3 service. To make this a read-only audit rule, we need to limit the policy to only list, describe, or get actions. Well, the reason we have these three is, remember, because Amazon has a lot of teams working on different APIs, so the naming are not very consistent across the teams, which is why even though they perform the same functions, some EC2 and S3 have different names of the actions. And I'm pretty sure describe is for EC2, list and get are for S3 buckets. Let's see, what is the name redacted to EC2 action required? Why? Okay, remember, first we only have one statement. Now we have split the statement into two sub-statements, or two separate policies for two different resources. This first one is for EC2, and then this second one is for S3 buckets. And what is the redacted EC2 required for each case? For EC2, again, as I say, is described. And then for S3 is going to be the other two, list and get, right here. So what is the redacted action required in XXX? So we already got get right here, so the other one is going to be list. Boop. Okay, the last one, enumerating specific resources. Finally, we'll limit this policy to a subset of resources using wildcards and prefixes. We start with a new statement to allow all actions on instances in Singapore. We also need to add two resources to the S3 statement. The first statement refers to all the objects in the bucket, and the second statement should be only for the bucket itself. And this is the statement we have. Again, we have this one separate for EC2 instance. We have another one for EC2 instance. And then this one is for the S3 buckets. So you may ask, why is it this one for the S3 we combine these two resources into one statement, one policy, but here we have two different policy for the EC2. Well, that's because this one here is all the resources, and then this is the policy for the EC2 instances in the Singapore region. So this one is only applied for this specific region. All right. So what's the element needed in place of the XXX to represent the AWS region, Singapore? All right, we just Google what AWS Singapore region naming convention. Let's see what it is. Yep. Okay, for Singapore, it's going to be Asia Pacific. So it's AP-Southeast-1. And that's it for the room today. Pretty easy and light in terms of the material and the concepts. Now, if you have worked in cybersecurity field, you must be very familiar with the principle of least privilege. The same thing here in AWS in cloud environment infrastructure. Everything has to be restricted to the according to the principle of least privilege. That's the best security practices to protect your companies and your organizations. All right, thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time then. Bye.